Well, hello and welcome again to Selfcare Karen. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you if you watched my other video. This is video number 2, but also welcome if this is the first video that you're viewing. So this is Selfcare Karen. My name's Karen. I'm a beauty product addict. I hoard products, covet them. I'm on a self-care journey and I want to share that with you. So that's what this YouTube channel is all about. I wanted to spend a bit of time today just doing a really quick get ready with me. This is basically no frills. I'm a mother of a very energetic 2-year-old. So I don't get that much time to spend on myself. That's a bit of why I'm doing this self-care journey. But I wanted to share with you what I do when I need to quickly put on some makeup, and I really do mean quick. I'm not like one of these beauty influencers that says a quick look is 10 minutes. No, my look is like a minute long. It might take a bit longer today because I'm explaining what I'm doing to you. Also, bear with me. Let me just start by saying that I'm going to use some products that are in this palette here, which is the Emily Noel, the Edit, the Needs palette. She released this a few years ago. Emily Noel is a YouTuber and she's one of the beauty influencers that I watch regularly. I really enjoy her channel. It's very much concentrated on the products and creating looks from them, and I was really intrigued when she released her own palette a few years ago. She actually did 2. This is the Needs one, and then there's the Wants one, which I'm sure I'll use in a future video. The reason I've got this palette out, apart from wanting to use some of the colours in it, is just because it's got a really good mirror, and I reckoned that I would need a mirror. I normally apply my makeup in the hallway and there's a full-length mirror there, but today I'm obviously sitting down doing this video for you. So here you can see the mirror, which is fantastic. You probably got a glimpse of my son's potty in the background. Apologies for that. And also, just so you can take a look at what is here in this palette. Really some basic colours. There's 6 eyeshadows. There are 2 kind of contouring, a blush and a highlight. So really a basic but comprehensive palette, and it really wasn't expensive. I got it from Superdrug. I think with it's Revolution Beauty is the brand that's making them. I'm not sure if they're still available, but it was around £10. It was really reasonable. Okay, so I've got that there. So I've got a mirror. I'm not going to put a base on today. I probably could do with putting one on, but I've put on some serum and I just want to leave that be and not put anything on top. So I'm not going to be doing that today. But what I will do is apply a little bit of a primer for my eyes, and I do this because I generally I get kind of like either the eyeshadow doesn't last or it goes everywhere. I just find using an eye primer really helps with that, so especially the longevity of the eyeshadow. And this one is one that I'm really enjoying working with. It's actually Essence, which is a low-end brand. It's not expensive at all, and that you'll see that as a theme of most of the products that I use. They're generally not very expensive. I bought this in Wilko, which is a British retailer. I bought it online, and it's called Eye Primer You Better Work. It definitely works. So I'm going to take my glasses off, just take a little bit of that onto my fingertip, and so just not a lot, probably that's way too much, and just going to dab some onto my eyelid so that and I'm one of these people that can't touch my eyes without opening up my mouth wide. It's really weird how that happens. I see it in other people, so I know I'm not the only one. And I'm just putting a little layer of that onto my eyelid because that will just help the eyeshadow stay on the eyelid. I've just got, that's my secret place where I keep my tissues, in my bra. Anyway, just rubbing off the excess there. Okay, and I've got here an eyeshadow brush, which is Autograph. I got this in an advent calendar, which is where a lot of my beauty products, I must say, have come from in previous years. I had a bit of a problem with the addiction to the advent calendars. One year I actually had 5 calendars. This year, more reasonable 2. I'm sure I'll talk about those in a future video. But I like this brush because it's got 2 ends to it, so it's just handy because you can flip it around. I guess one for more detailed work, although not that much detail, it's not that fine, and then one a bit more for blending. Okay, so I'm just going to start by putting on quite a dark colour to begin with. It's called Faith, and what I do notice a little bit with this eyeshadow is that I do like it, but it does seem to be breaking up a bit in the palette. So anyway, I'm just going to start by putting that all over my lid. I'm going to have to use my mirror because my eyesight's not good enough to do it through the phone. Okay, so it's quite messy. I will tidy up in a second. Go into the other eye. And I generally do that. I generally don't do a whole eye and then do a whole other eye. I do each step on this one eyelid and then on the other, because otherwise I forget what I've done. And there is the base. And this is how I generally do my eyeshadow. I do one block colour over the lid, and then I put in a contrasting colour a little bit on the cut bit here where the lid meets the kind of the rest of the eye. And today I'm going to use Hope, which is the next colour along. So I've used Faith here, and now I'm going to use the next one along, which is Hope, slightly darker. Just using the same brush just because I'm cheap and quick and working mum and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I just put a bit there. I just find that makes my eyes pop a bit more. And then I'm going to tidy up. Now, obviously, if you know a bit about beauty and applying makeup, I am not doing it the way that you should, but I'm doing it the way that I do it, and it works for me. And a lot of what I do, it's all about the speed and the convenience, which hopefully speaks to some of you. Okay, so that is my eyelid done. My eyelid's done. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara. So again, this is Essence. I'm using this because I saw another beauty YouTuber, Leanne Speaks, I think her name is. I'll put a link to her channel down below. But she did a whole review over loads of different mascaras, and the Essence Lash Princess series was quite highly rated, and they're really reasonable. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And this one is the False Lash Effect Mascara. The challenge with this one now, I do like it. It doesn't, it applies nicely and it stays on and all that sort of stuff. But I do find that after a few months, the mascara generally dries out a bit. And that's normally my signal to say, now's the time to swap them out. Because although I do hoard beauty products, and I've had many beauty products for many years and I use them, probably I shouldn't, with mascara I'm very strict. I guess because I just feel that it's going so direct it's going so near the eye, that you need to be a bit more careful. So yeah, I generally only ever, unless it's like an evening event, apply to my top layer of eyelashes, because otherwise I find it always bleeds down. And that even happens when it's just on the top. You can see that it's, as I've blinked, they've got a line of the print on on my face. But anyway, I just clear that up with my finger as I did before. And that is my makeup. I don't generally put on lipstick. I've just applied lip balm, Aquaphor. Sorry, I don't have it with me, but I love the Aquaphor lip balm. I'm really impressed by it. Could only find it on Amazon, about £7 or £8, but definitely worth the investment, because I often find that lip balms bobble or they dry out. This doesn't do that. It doesn't taste disgusting, has no taste. It applies really nicely, so definitely one to try if you suffer from dry lips like I generally always do. Anyway, so I like to leave the lip balm on. I do apply lipstick, but normally only if I'm sort of going out somewhere or something, and we're in lockdown, so I'm not doing a lot of that. I definitely don't do it for the nursery run. One last thing that I will do, and I wanted to share with you before I wrap up today, and that is, you can probably see that I've got roots coming through. I've got a lot of grey hair, particularly here in my parting and the front of my hair. And so I'm just trying at the moment to use up this spray, which is called Josh Wood, Guardian of Colour Dark Brown Instant Root Concealer Spray. I bought this a few years ago from Boots. There was a massive push for this brand at the time. And I do like it, but actually, I've recently purchased the L'Oreal one. I think it's called Magic Retouch, and I much prefer it. It feels like it doesn't leave as much of a residue, but I do just generally just spray this over, and this is so that I don't have to dye my hair as often, because I do dye my hair at home, but you know, it seems to be like I dye it and then the next day I have to dye it again. So I use this to kind of make the space between dyeing a lot more. I don't like them because I don't like anything much in my hair, because I always feel like it's adding grease and stuff, and I suffer really badly from oily scalp. But you know, it's kind of swings and roundabouts, right? Because I don't want to be going around with loads of grey showing, so I just spray on some of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Sorry about the kind of lighting. I'm trying to work out where the best place is in my flat to make these videos. And well, it's lovely sunshine actually for November, so I'm not going to complain about that, but yeah, it might be a bit distracting. I do apologize. But anyway, thank you very much for joining. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, it really helps. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you very soon again. And just remember, you are in perfect time.